Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And I was just thinking, I wasn't thinking about it. I had somebody made a comment, and it was somebody a little young, and uh, he mentioned that it was a little difficult because of the people with that have authority over them. And I thought, man, uh, the reason people have authority over you is you've given them this authority. And the way you give them authority is when you listen to them. And people with authority, what I've learned, and I've mentioned it before, a lot of people that have authority, somebody gave it to them. And so now somebody gave them authority, so now they think they have authority. That's why young policemen, you first become a policeman, they have a problem. They have to watch over them a lot. And that's because they're under the impression they have the authority. And they think because of the uniform, now they have the authority. And this is why we'll see that there's that show Walking Dead, yeah. And the guy that was some kind of law enforcement officer. And so you notice he keeps wearing his uniform all the time. The whole show, he's wearing the same uniform. Because people give him that authority because they respect the uniform. Now, that's okay, because that's the first thing you see. So then that's why you're respectful. And that's why a new person being a policeman, now they think you need to respect them, So, and when they do stupid, they don't understand why people, especially people like me, educate them. And you can't educate them because they're the ones that have the authority in their minds. Now, most of the time, they understand, whoa, I messed up. So then they back off. If not, like I say, they'll find out that they don't have the authority. This is where you hear me talk about the United States Constitution and morals. United States Constitution spells out where the government has authority. And as you notice, their governments have a hard time understanding that. But it's not that they don't have a hard time understanding it. They like the idea of they have the authority and you can't do a damn thing about it. Well, the Constitution is a little different. It says what we can do about it, and it says what authority they do have. And then, like I say, the morals, the Constitution really only works for moral people. That's a good example is all these illegal immigrants coming in. They don't respect our Constitution, so they don't want to become an American. Americans know and understand the value of the U.S. Constitution. And as a illegal, automatically they don't recognize the authority of the Constitution. And if you don't recognize the authority of the Constitution, then to me it questions your morals, because a moral person understands the Constitution, understands why we have the Constitution. And as they learn about it, they understand how it works and why we have it and this type of stuff. And so an immoral person doesn't really care, So you can look at that on your bureaucrats, your officials, elected officials and stuff like that, when they don't really care about the Constitution. They probably don't have morals either. And so that should tell you right there, why would you respect the authority of someone that is unconstitutional or immoral? Now, I learned that when I was outside the United States running around, because no Constitution, so it has to be moral. Okay, why would I? Well, I'll put it this way. Every time that I went along with someone doing immoral acts, I'm doing something wrong. And when I'm doing something wrong, I found out there's a lot of people that have authority over me. So once I understood, don't do immoral acts, then really nobody's got authority over you. And now you will give it to them. Okay, right back to the same thing, talking about, it's easier talking about the outside the United States, because I don't even speak the language, so I don't know the laws, so I break a lot of laws and stuff like that. But like I say, I don't do anything that's immoral. And like I say, tickets, I don't even think I got a ticket outside the United States. But in the United States, I get a lot of tickets. And tickets isn't so much the authority. When you're getting a ticket, it's to help you understand the rules. Now, but some rules are laws and some are just rules. So, and that's the part that you have to think and make decisions. You have to figure out how moral you are, and figure out, okay, what do you want me to do and why do you want me to do this? And then if they have a logical reason, well, then now you got to give them the authority to tell you stuff. That's why a lot of times, anytime you have interactions with law enforcement, bureaucrats, these people that are trying to tell you what to do, you watch. And the thing is, the first thing they want to do is make sure that you understand they have the authority over you. Okay, now the thing is, I've learned you don't go along with that. That's the first thing. Once you accept them having the authority over you, then they can start telling you all kinds of stupid stuff to do. So what I've done is I ask questions. Well, you can't do this. Okay, why can't I do that? And then they have to explain. And if the best explanation they can come up with is, well, it's the law. Or nowadays, it's a mandate. You know what I mean? It's not even a law. You know what I mean? So, in other words, they don't have a good reason. They just want you to understand they have the authority. Now, when you're young, you don't understand all this, so then you're going along with people when they're telling you this stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that, because that's how I learned. And as I say, as I learned, well, wait a minute. You know, you're telling me something that's unconstitutional. You're telling me things that are immoral, and I'm supposed to do it, and that's because you told me. And I mentioned when I was in the Marines, 18 years old, went through the training, and I'm getting ready to go to Vietnam, and they told me, you are under no obligation to take an unconstitutional or immoral order. Doesn't make any difference who orders you this. If it's unconstitutional or immoral, it's your decision to do it. And that's like when they were gassing the Jews, they say, well, I was ordered to open the valve, and I was ordered to herd them in there and gas them and stuff like that. That excuse didn't work. And that's because they were doing something immoral. And so that's why I'm saying, because I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, and most people, as they age, if they're doing something, they're getting out of their comfort zone, then they will learn all this stuff. And then that's why it's easier to control people that stay in their comfort zone all the time. Keep them in their comfort zone, and then it's easier to control them, because they'll have to look for you for the authority. You're the authority figure. Okay, since I'm outside of my comfort zone a lot, and I learn a lot of things, then it's a little more difficult. The first thing you have to do is show me that you have the authority over me, and that's going to be the problem. Now, if I'm in the city or something and everybody's going over there, and then you have the guard here telling them, okay, go this direction and go this direction, okay, I'm going to accept his authority over me, because I don't know where I'm at. So I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm outside my comfort zone, so I'm going to follow whatever the instructions he tells me. But like I say, if I'm in the deserts of Mexico, and then the officer tells me to park my car and leave it here, yeah, well, I'm giving you an order. No, you're not giving me that kind of order. I'll ask why. And that's what I do most of the time, is ask why, and I'm trying to figure out. Now, in other words, if they want to make me do things, they will make me do things through answering my questions. But they hate answering questions, because you got to remember, they think they're the authority. So I tell you, you do it. You don't ask questions. Okay, well, that goes pretty good if you're one of the sheep or one of the people that are outside your comfort zone and you don't know what's going on. I've been in the deserts of Mexico before. You're not going to tell me to leave my car here or leave my motorcycle. Yeah, my dog will stay on the motorcycle and protect the motorcycle, but it's not going to work. I know what's going to happen on this. So that's what I'm saying. As you get out of your comfort zone, you ask questions, you will find out that nobody's got authority over you. They don't. It's really funny. And then the thing is, once you accept their authority and you start doing it, remember I told you, okay, you follow this guy, you go over there, and you go over there, and the next guy over here tells you to go over that direction and all that, and you're thinking, okay, why am I doing all this? Well, maybe they're taking you into the room so they can gas you, that tells you. See, so for me, okay, why am I here? Okay, I'm taking the subway, and this is the way to get out of the subway place. Okay, I can understand. I'll go along. But so in other words, you have to think. And then when you don't think, you will blindly follow. You will blindly follow unconstitutional directions and immoral acts. That's why, they say, well, you're a kid, and you don't want your kid around other bad kids. You want them around good kids, because the bad kids because your kid's still learning morals, and he's going to be misled by what these bad kids are teaching him. Well, we'll go over and break the window over here and all that. Well, it's not illegal, or, it's okay. It'll be fun, and all this kind of stuff. He's learning to do immoral acts. And that's why you hear me telling you, if you're a moral person, you're going to be doing morally right things all the time anyway. You just will think moral. Think like you're doing the morally right thing. And then you keep thinking you're doing the morally right thing and the morally right thing. You're going to find it's going to be difficult for somebody to tell you to do unconstitutional or immoral acts. Put that in. You will have enough sense to ask questions. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.